And right now we're going to transition over to an interview. We do a lot of interviews here. I do a lot of interviews with Cage Minds, but this one's going to be different little bit. Normally we talk to coaches, promoters, fighters. We always have them shout out to sponsors, but this time we're going to be talking to someone who's pretty big into sponsoring fighters. Thank you for the time, Edwin Ruiz, MMACK10. How you doing?
I'm doing good today. Thank you for your time, and thank you for helping me to connect out to the Albuquerque area. I enjoy the community, and I love the fighters out there. You guys are doing an amazing job out there, just getting the fighters out there and just putting on the best of what we see out there on TV and just all over the world in competition.
So where does your combat sports fandom at least where does that start?
Well, it started roughly about 6 years ago. I had a friend come into the States from the Dominican Republic, and his English wasn't so good. So he needed someone to show him around the Boston area, someone that could help him fill out some of his applications and help him with some of the interviewing process that he had to go through in order to compete in the grappling quest at the expo during the UFC/Grapplers Quest collaboration in Boston. It was roughly about 5-6 years ago, and I made myself available for this guy, and it was one of the most interesting things that I ever got myself involved in. The fighter was from the Dominican Republic. His name was Tico Jose, and he was a great guy. Everything I saw him put himself through that day was just, it was amazing. His composure, his strength, his skill, his ability, what he allowed me to participate in, just opened up my eyes into something that I've always had interest in but never made time for. And the time that I, had made myself available for, again, has now got me where I am now.
And even before that, were you a boxing fan, an MMA fan, or were you foreign to watching that stuff?
Oh, no, most definitely a fan. Always a fan. I'm actually tired of being a fan who sits on his ass on the couch. I'm a fan who likes to be involved, and I'm such a fan that I had tried to find my way off the couch, and instead of being on the couch, now I see myself on the outside of the ring or outside of the octagon.
Where did MMACK10 come from? Where did starting to sponsor and also coming up with an anti-bullying program, and how did you get this idea to first start off and grow this company and get out and to support combat sports and everything?
Well, fortunately, again, because of Jose Tezanos, a Dominican fighter, he had a fight in New Jersey, in the Brick City there. And again, he needed my help, my company. And on that trip, it was a great trip. It was a little disappointing on one end, but it was unbelievable on the other end. Unfortunately, Tico got disqualified due to medical. Instead of us just ending the day and the night and just being upset, just packing our bags and leaving the place, instead we chose to stay around, enjoy the show, and see if maybe we could be any type of help or support to any of the other fighters that, were in need of anything. When I say anything, I mean from having their hands wrapped to warming up with fighters before their fights, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what ended up happening. Through the course of us helping, supporting other fighters, I ended up meeting a gentleman by the name of Eric Martinez, as well as Rand Weathers, and another individual by the last name was, his fight name was Syndrome. I forget his full name. But, through the course of hanging around, we met them, and they were in need of, some warming up partners before Rand's fight and before Jerome's fight. And Eric was at the time managing and helping the guys there that fight night. And in turn, they were guys that we just randomly gave help to. We didn't ask for money. We didn't ask for anything. We just asked if we could just be a part of their night because our night had ended early. So here it is. We met three friends, and we didn't know who they were, what camps that they were involved in. I knew nothing of any of these three gentlemen. So happened to be that Eric is an activist and entrepreneur in your area. He has anti-bullying campaigns and domestic violence and obesity campaigns that he follows through and makes himself and other people available for. And we had no idea that he was part of the Jackson Wink camp and academy. So we had met some great people in your community, and they had saw our work ethic and our concern to be support to other fighters, despite the fact our night didn't go through. And long story short, we met some great friends. Eric Martinez introduced me to the community, and slowly but surely, I've been just building up relationships throughout the entire Albuquerque area, and I'm having the time of my life.
How did you come up with the name, the idea, the logo, the style for MACK10?
All right, well, MACK10, obviously, the first three letters is mixed martial arts. I live in an island called Nantucket. Nantucket's a very small place. They didn't have a product, a brand, or a sponsorship for this island. At one time, there was a single Brazilian man here living on the island. His name was Fernando. People called him Fish. Fish was always trying to get people interested in jiu-jitsu in the island, but never had any luck. So eventually, a small group of fighters ended up collaborating here together because of him. So the MACK10 is mixed martial arts. Nantucket, the abbreviation for Nantucket is ACK. The number 10 is how many immediate family members that are in my family. My mother, my father, my children, myself, and it makes 10. So MACK10 is sport, community, and family.
And how do you come up with the designs and the art that you wanted to feature? It's the graffiti look, and then you have the very unique symbol that is the MACK10 symbol that I can't really describe what it is.
Well, the symbol is, I'm a Taurus, so the symbol is, my zodiac and my astrology sign. My style is, I've always been kind of like a bebop, b-boy kid, breakdancing. I come from the city. I grew up in Brooklyn, also raised in Boston, two tough cities, a lot of culture. And, we got flavor. So that's just, my flavor coming out of my personality, and boom, I just throw it on the clothes, and it's been working.
Owner, creator, and then for the apparel, are you the designer?
Yes, sir.
So it's been a way through watching combat sports and watching those athletes kind of get out their artistic side has brought out your artistic side?
Most definitely. And here in my community, we didn't have a sponsorship or anyone that was available to be a mentor or a coach on Nantucket Island. So I had some extra time. I figured, why not be the guy? I'm a Gracie Barra Jiu-Jitsu student of Gracie Barra, New England. I'm a member of the Massachusetts Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation. So, I'm a student and I'm a sponsor.
What belt are you in BJJ?
I'm just a little boy. I'm just a 4th degree white belt, and I'm dying to be promoted to a blue belt. And, I'm dying for that, man. I'm in limbo right now. My school closed down, and due to the school closing, and my coach, to a full-time job with a family of 3 kids now, I'm more sponsoring and cornering fights than I am training at the moment right now.
How long were you on the mat before the school closed? How long had you been rolling on that mat for?
I'm going to say, immediately as I started rolling on the mat, my ideas of a product, a brand, and to be available for my community was immediate. So as fast as I had graduated from having no stripes to my 4 stripes on my white belt, I was right at working towards also becoming a brand product, and to become a mentor and a coach, someone available for kids who aren't into football. Not every kid's into football, basketball, baseball. We got some kids out there that need different type of mentoring and need different type of outlets. And I feel that the mixed martial arts world has those outlets for those certain kids. So I look for those certain kids, and I make myself available for them.
MMACK10, I got your back. I believe started between you and Eric Martinez. Tell us about the program and tell us about how you guys got together with focusing on an anti-bullying campaign.
Well, Eric was occasionally coming across some good programs, but occasionally just short of, some funds and some sponsors. And again, through my work ethic and how we met, he felt confident to trust in me to, one, give me the opportunity because he's given me some great programs. And he's introduced me to some incredible friends, such as Hector Munoz. Hector Munoz has taken me in under his wing. I couldn't tell you how much I love that guy and how much I love Eric for introducing me to him. So, that's how that all, came into play.
And what does the program mean to you, and where are you guys hoping to take it?
Well, we're for sure we're hoping to take it all across country. We've also have collaborated with a Don't Bully campaign out of Australia. They have contacted us here in the States. Eric has worked with them. Now the campaign and organization is working direct with me as well on some occasions. So we're trying to take this cross country around the world. We're just trying to, bring a little bit of common sense and education to as many people as we can. When they want it, even when they don't want it, we're willing to, introduce it.
What was the initial conversation between you and Eric and getting this started? What was that like, and why did it click and make sense to you to get behind this and really push it? Growing up as a kid, there was a lot I wish I had. And it doesn't take many people to come together to make those certain things happen. So I wanted to be one of those people that would step in and make it happen. And right now, how many states have you guys really been able to get into wanting to take this across the country? Obviously, up in your native Massachusetts. Obviously, we've heard of it down here with Eric Martinez here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. How many states do you guys feel you guys have touched so far?
I'm going to say it's hard to say. I want to say all, because we've showed presence in many places. So far, we've showed presence here just in the States. I believe in the East Coast, we showed presence from my island all the way up to Florida. Albuquerque's been great. Oregon is on boat. We have Australia, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, California. I'm on the spot on the interview, so, but
it'll escape you when I ask, of course.
What's that?
I said, on the spot, when I ask you, it'll escape you. I do that to people all the time.
Yeah, so, we've gotten that far. Now we have certain individuals like, Hector Munoz and some amateur fighters in the area that are now promoting it. So, every time someone jumps on board, someone shows support, such as yourself, such as your show, now where are we going to be? I think for sure we're going to make it nationwide with your help right now.
Australia and the Dominican Republic getting out of the country, is it mind-blowing to get that kind of reach?
It definitely is. It's overwhelming. Because at times, I need support. And it comes from how everybody is acknowledging my work and my involvement. So it's overwhelming. It brings, makes me soft a little bit.
It's great things. It's a positive influence. It's what we need out there, and it's what we need more of when a lot of today's fight community, when the biggest fighters in the planet are Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, and their whole shticks are to be talking crap, when 99% of boxers and martial artists are humble, good people, it's better to see a product like yours pushing that into the forefront.
That's a huge compliment. Thank you. Very nice words. Thank you.
Have you seen that, the positive influence, and have you been able, with trying to get the message out, have you seen the positive effect firsthand?
Most definitely. I got one fan in Oregon. He's a cut man. His name's Gene Perez. He's out there working, and like if I had him on payroll. And I've given him nothing but support, apparel for his fighters. The best I could, jump in on his last-minute programs to be a sponsor for his fighters. And, this guy, he's given me a nickname of the MMA Angel. And, it's pretty cool to have someone, think of me as some type of, angel of some sort, I love the nickname, but I think it's a compliment I don't deserve yet.
I gotta agree with him. From that Gene Perez to what I've seen, the help you've given to the fighters at Perez Fighting System and at what was Lookouts for a little bit, they couldn't have done a lot of what they've done without support from somebody like you. Now, moving into the support that you've given in the ring, what was your reaction to somebody saying, "Edwin, I need somebody to corner me. Can you corner me?" Now that's a step up from helping somebody warm up in the back, being that voice on the corner. What was that like?
Like I said, my goal was to get off the couch and stop being a fan, and to get some way closer to the fighters and be a different type of help, a different type of support. I wanted a different seat. I wanted a different bird's eye view. I worked hard towards it. And I appreciate and I thank them all for giving it to me. It's not an experience that I ever thought in my life I would ever have. Being a kid, watching boxing with my father, being only in the 4th or 5th grade, to now being a cornerman with Danny Ramiro for Hector Munoz. That's a 3-time world champion and an ex-WBO or WBA champion. So not only did I get lucky enough to get my ass off the couch, but look at who I was blessed enough to corner. I'm blown away by it. Blown away. If ever in my whole life I don't get a lottery ticket, it's because the MMA community has given it to me in a different way.
How did it feel awkward being out there, being the corner, just from being a fan to being so close to helping out during the fight? What was that for you? What was it like?
At first I was nervous, because I don't know how some people are taking me into the community. I always have to remind people, because some people sometimes take me as a fighter, and I always have to, let people know I'm only a student and a practitioner, and I'm a sponsor. And so I was nervous. Was I going to drop the ice bucket? Was I going to fall down the stairs after I left the ring, after bringing water to the boxer? I was a nervous wreck. After the first one, the second one was easier. Now all of a sudden, I don't have no jitters, no butterflies. I just have a huge freaking smile on my face, and I'm just loving every moment of it. It's unbelievable.
The first time I saw you at the event in Hector Munoz's corner, somebody asked me who that was, and I didn't know, but it was no disrespect. It was just one of those things. But that Hector Munoz, when you see him help Broner to Garcia, you just see a random guy in his corner, and you're like, he could be from anywhere.
Well, not from anywhere, just a small little island out in the Cape Cod Islands of Massachusetts, but definitely not a wannabe.
What was it like? A big moment I saw was John Howard wearing a MMACK10 hat on a WSOF card, getting one of your products to that level, seeing it on a WSOF card.
Oh, huge. you're kind of speechless. You don't know what to say about it. It becomes surreal. And the coolest thing about it is that John Howard and I come from the same neighborhood in Boston as kids. So there could have been a chance that we were in the same elementary school together, but never knew it. So it was pretty cool having two kids from Boston, two kids from Dorchester, one of the most toughest neighborhoods in this entire country. They come from nothing. They're never supposed to accomplish nothing, accomplishing something great together, and one helping the other out. So that was pretty good. That was real cool.
As a businessman, as an entrepreneur, as a fan who was on the couch to now in the business on this side of it, because I know you own your own construction business and that's your business, but now being in the MMA business, being the corner man, what would you say was the biggest misconception out there that fans have right now judging athletes from when they're on the couch?
I'm not sure. Everybody's got their opinion and comments, but, I'm going to say, of course, a couch athlete, talk is talk. Bottom line, walk the walk.
From your opinion, now going back to the fan side of it, throw out boxing, who is maybe not the top guy in the game, but who is your favorite guy to watch right now currently in the boxing game?
I know this is going to sound kind of cheesy. I'm going to say this is going to be a two-part answer. One, I love seeing Hector Munoz fight because of the opportunity that I get to be in the corner and feel the buzz of almost what a fighter feels before he's about to get in there and take care of business. But outside of that, I'm a huge fan of the Diaz brothers. I love those kids. I just wish they could clean up those young men. I just wish they could clean up their vocabulary a little bit. I think they are very underrated. They're underpaid. And I don't think people realize how good to the community and how good to the jiu-jitsu community and the Gracie Baja community that those two young men are to MMA. So I always look forward to seeing them fight, and I'm always cheering for them too.
And where can people go to find out more about MMACK10, to try to purchase the apparel? Where can people...
You can find more information about MMACK10 and its availability to MMACK10.com. There's a host page there to give a little bit of the origin of myself. Also on Facebook, you can go to my fan page, MMACK10, and honestly, my apparel hasn't been for sale. I have been 100% nonprofit and a full sponsorship for wrestling, boxing, and mixed martial arts. I will be opening up an online store mid-2017, but at the moment, if you want something from me, how you get it is if you deserve it. You hit me up on Facebook, we talk a little, we build a relationship. If you're lucky, you get some apparel. My apparel is for individuals that are out there working hard, who really need it, who really deserve it, and that's who I give it to. That's who I make sure it gets into the hands of.
Could you have imagined how this journey has taken you from starting out?
No, never. I was originally making a shirt for 6 fighters on a small island that's 14 miles long and 4 miles wide. It only had the population of 12 to 15,000 people. My concern was to keep these 6 fighters together as brothers and to be there for each other, support each other. I wanted us all to feel that we have belonged to something, because we did. We were different, but not so different in any way. That people shouldn't recognize us in their community. I think having fighters in your community is a very good thing. From the schools to the coaching to the mentoring, we can save lives. We can put people in the right direction.
It's a positive message. I encourage you to support it. MMACK10, you've heard the origin story now from its creator, Edwin. I gotta thank you. And when is the next time we should be expecting to see you out here for a fight?
I am hoping to be cornering Hector Munoz. I believe is fighting the first or second week of April, and I will be coming out to Albuquerque with some bags full of goodies, and I will be there not only to support Hector, corner Hector, but I'm looking to come out there and travel with the most of any gear I've ever traveled with, and I'm looking to just get the brand out there, give some gifts to some nice people, and to some fans who show up to see Hector Munoz kick some ass.
Awesome. Thank you for the time, Edwin.